So we just released our last newsletter for the year. It's a 2022 recap, but I wanted to go through one article I wrote with you about the DC market. It goes over what it looked like last year, but maybe why I'm also a little bit excited for 2023 and what that might have in store. If you're watching this, you may already know my name is Mark and I'm a team leader and real estate agent here in DC with Search Real Estate Group. It's the week before Christmas, which means today is Wednesday, December 21st, and this is your weekly Washington real estate update. So we've talked a lot in these videos about how Washington has not been exempt from experiencing the downturns felt in a lot of other major cities across the country. And I need you to stick with me here for a minute because what I'm about to say may seem counterintuitive. We have about 6 weeks worth of inventory, which means if we stopped listing houses today, we'd be sold out of inventory in about 6 weeks. For a point of reference, most people consider 6 months of inventory to be a healthy and balanced real estate market. So even though we're only at 6 weeks worth of inventory, which is substantially below what we consider to be a healthy market, that 6 weeks is actually more than a lot of other cities have in the country. So while still competitive, it's slightly less competitive than maybe some of the other cities. The ability for our buyers to actually find homes has suppressed some of that runaway pricing. By actually getting buyers into their homes quickly, we've been able to keep DC prices relatively affordable. One of the other things that sets us apart from maybe some of the other cities in the country is the relative stability of our buyer pool. In DC and the surrounding Southern Maryland and Northern Virginia areas, we have a ton of federal agencies and a lot of people are employed by the federal government. Chances are their work situation is a lot more stable than a lot of other areas throughout the country who may not have the behemoth of the federal government behind them. So not only do those government employees have a lot of stability, but a lot of them actually make decent money as well, which means we're able to keep our unemployment rate down just over 3.5%. And we're also able to keep the median income per household up just above $90,000. When you combine those two factors, our buyer pool is always going to be relatively stable compared to the rest of the country. The last thing that I think bodes well for the future of the real estate market in DC is unfortunately a negative for anybody who's renting. Rents have increased about twice as fast as a home price, which means that if you can save up for that down payment or maybe do qualify for some first-time home buyer grants, it actually may be cheaper to pay your mortgage than it is to pay the rent. Now, we can't control what landlords are going to do, but luckily, when you do lock into that mortgage, other than maybe an increase in taxes, because let's be honest, they're not going to go down. And if you do have an HOA, if you live in one of our condo buildings, that can fluctuate, but your principal and your interest payment is always going to remain the same if you have a fixed rate mortgage. I can't guarantee that your rent's going to be the same year over year. That's going to be up to your landlord. So we do always have to qualify that anything can change. People are scared about the future of the economy in 2023. So although there are valid reasons to be concerned about what 2023 may look like, not only for real estate, but for your personal economic future as well, I do really believe that the DC real estate market's going to remain strong and stable because of those three factors that I indicated earlier. We are one of the strongest and one of the best real estate markets in the country. And wherever you are, I hope you have a happy Hanukkah and a Merry Christmas and a wonderful New Year, and I will see you in January.